Welcome to the podcast, A Drink with Derek. Follow comedian Derek Richards on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, and don't forget to subscribe to his YouTube channel and watch all episodes of the podcast. Now grab a drink and join your host, Derek Richards.
Hey, it's Derek Richards here in Las Vegas. Welcome to the podcast, and check out the brand new bar that we're in here. This is super cool. I have nothing to do with this. Sean Schultz, our producer in Florida, put this thing together. This looks way classier than the other one. I mean, the other one looked nice, the other set, but we had some spills in the corner. We had a dead hooker laying there for about a week and a half. We used it as a planter for a little while, and so just stunk up the place. So Sean decided to give this thing a whole new facelift. So I'm digging the new setup. So Sean, thank you so much for putting this together. Brilliant work as always. I've got couple things coming up here. Going to be in Sarasota, Florida, McCurdy's Comedy Theater, June 14 through 18. And then July 20th, I'll be at a place called Cowgirls in Brighton, Michigan. And then July 21st and 22nd, I will be with my guest today, Dave Landau, at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio. And check out this brand new platform that's out there called openbarcomedy.com. My special is out, Melting Snowflakes. It is completely uncensored comedy. There's a ton of specials being uploaded to the platform every single week. Melting Snowflakes is mine, openbarcomedy.com. Go ahead and follow them on social media to find out you'll see video clips of all these killer comics. Again, uncensored comedy, openbarcomedy.com. And check out my book, Whiskey, Cancer, and Bad Decisions, available on Amazon. Snag it now. I am a 23-year cancer survivor of non-Hodgkin's lymphoma. It's me telling my story about what I went through as if we were hanging out at the bar getting lit up. There's some funny, messed up stuff in there. I try to bring as much levity as I can to such a serious topic. Whiskey, Cancer, and Bad Decisions, available hard copy, Audible, and also Kindle. My guest today, this is super cool. He's got a brand new show coming out on BlazeTV called Normal World. It's my guest today is Dave Landau, comedian out of Detroit. He has a BlazeTV is going to have, this is starting up on June 20th. He has a special out called A Prison 10, which you can go ahead and snag. Find him online at davelandau.com. You've seen him on Comedy Central, also on Live at Gotham, Compound Media with Anthony Cumia. But again, Normal World is coming on BlazeTV June 20th. Subscribe to BlazeTV. Type in the promo code NORMAL20 and save 20% now. And that goes for the entire BlazeTV platform. Here's a sample of what you're going to see from Normal World on BlazeTV here on A Drink with Derek. Check this out.
Turning the Page with Bill Turner.
And I'm Selena Gomez.
An arrest has been made in the carjacking that happened on Bunker Hill earlier today. The man apprehended was Hector Martinez, a 33-year-old Mexican immigrant who was in the United States illegally. Authorities are looking into possible ties to white supremacy and getting him amnesty. Wait, what?
Thank you, Bill. Today, a 45-year-old Korean man was beaten severely by a pair of teens while jogging through Angel Park. The teens, likely white supremacists, have been identified as LaMarcus Washington of Franklin Heights and Lil Starburst from SoundCloud. They were taken into custody and immediately released on $0 bail.
How is that white supremacy?
Bill, we're not here to ask questions. We're journalists. Now here's some weather with Buck Wild. I hope you're bringing us some good news here, Buck.
Wish I could, Selena, but we are under a tornado watch in effect until 10 p.m. For those of you that don't already know, a tornado is a narrow, violently rotating column of air that emanates from the deeply embedded systematic racism of our country. The funnel is made up of water droplets, dust, and seething white rage. If you're in the path of this storm, we advise that you take shelter immediately. Unless you're outside fighting racial injustice. In that case, you should be just fine.
Oh, what's the guy's name? Who was one of the clear white supremacists?
Which one? The quarter black Garrett?
No, who was one of the two white
Lil
supremacists?
Starburst?
Little Starburst.
Starburst.
When you sent me that video, I sprayed coffee. I'm like, what the actual fuck? That was so damn funny.
Dude, it's just a take on how every single thing going on right now, they go, we'll check its ties to white supremacy. And you're like, the tattooed up like cartel member? Like, all right, yeah, look into that. And then the second thing, originally the sketch I had written, a shooting had happened here in Texas, so I kind of had to lighten it, but
Right.
it was about how, like, I was excited that the guy wasn't white, and she's Hispanic, and she's like, so you're excited about that, or do you think it's hard on us for, when a Hispanic person shoots up a place? And I'm like, yeah, it's got to be rough for the 30 seconds we talk about it instead of the next 6 months. And we do these things on it where we have a lot of outtakes, and that's Sarah Gonzalez, who has a show on the Blaze, and she's absolutely perfect. And she's one of the people that are always coming in. Chad Prather, other people that are on the network, like, they're really excited about turning this around and making it into really a fun sketch show. I'm really happy about it, man. And you'll be on it soon too.
Cool. No, I'm excited, and this is this thing coming out. I mean, BlazeTV, and I just forgot how many killer shows are on there since I went on the app. You've got Jason Whitlock, The Rubin Report, like you said, Chad Prather, Glenn Beck. There's just so many killer shows on there. And the platform itself is generally, it leans, conservative news. And then they decided to go ahead and have a show like yours come on, which is completely different.
Yes.
What was their rationale behind that? Was it just that? This says, listen, we need to lighten this thing up a little bit?
No, when I was on my when I was on my old show, we had made a sketch show, which was, you'd seen it was Normal World, the pilot. And after I was away and the contract was over and everything, I had pitched it. And I think that was their idea, is they wanted to do something that was a little bit more less newsy. Like, there's so many great ways to poke fun at everything that's going on right now and take shots at yourself in the conservative market, which people rarely do. And I think that's part of our job. But they wanted something different and new and edgy and irreverent and good. And everybody that I wanted hired got hired. They were very open to the people that I wanted to create the best show I could. And I really want to make it an opportunity for, like, other comedians and people to come out. And so many people are being suffocated now with what comedy is or what it's supposed to be. And people can say that that's exaggerated, but it absolutely is not. And our kickoff show that comes out in 12 days, I'm very, very excited about. And I think I hope it's going to be groundbreaking, because the stuff we're putting into it is really fun, really matters to me.
Well, the stuff that you're doing, that you've been posting up on your social media, and again, people should follow Dave Landau online at on his Facebook and also Instagram, and see all the clips that come out. Also, Quarter Black, we'll talk about him here in just a second. But before we get into that, I want to ask you just a couple of randomly total stupid questions.
Gotcha.
Just for the hell of it. All right, here we go.
Do it.
Dave Landau, sport that would be more fun to watch if everyone playing did cocaine.
Oh, no, bowling.
Okay, I'll give you that one.
2020. I mean, I guess it's a game, but bowling or golf, just the rage.
Can you see? I'm just picturing all these. Again, you and I both grew up in Detroit, so I'm just picturing like these fat Polacks and Hamtramck at a bowling alley.
Feather
just
bowling,
all jacked up with their nose bleeding and
just
just tweaked out of their minds, just sweating out Pabst and cheap nachos.
So it's essentially the auto worker line in the 80s with a bowling ball.
Exactly. and I can say that and listen, if you work in the auto industry, God bless you. My dad worked for Ford for 35 years. I can go ahead and make those comments.
We're from Detroit. Everybody we know worked in the auto industry, and many didn't come home with all their fingers, but they came home drunk.
Yes. Drunk with a good union wage.
Yeah. Well, imagine that. It was before we had terrible leadership. I shouldn't say that. Detroit's not exactly gone down as a city of great leadership. But I will say, at least Coleman A. Young built some parks, and Kwame had the techno festival for. It's not really much more I can go there, but they were fun to watch.
I mean, well, yeah, it was a techno festival, and he offered up great opportunities for prostitutes to come to the mayor's mansion and do whatever you want to
get beaten.
Okay,
Get
beaten,
by
and then
Kwame's
subsequently
wife.
killed.
Yeah, because they were shooting her drug dealer boyfriend, even though she was riddled with like 30 bullets, and that guy, they nicked his shoulder.
Anybody watching this who is not familiar with Detroit politics, just Google Kwame Kilpatrick, Hooker, Mansion, gunfire. It'll all become crystal clear.
Yeah, it's a whole story that's great.
It's extremely comical for everyone except the hooker who's got 30 bullets in her.
Yeah, I think Tanya Green or something.
Yes. So it's hilarious that you remember that.
Yeah, it's something like that. Yeah, because they were calling her Cinnamon or whatever for a long time, and it's funny when it's like, yeah, Cinnamon's getting hit with the first lady's shoe or whatever you call the governor. It was so odd because at the time, my brother was painting the house next door to the Manoogian mansion where Kwame lived, and there were people there all night, like into the next morning partying, right? But we didn't think anything of it because we're like 19. He's a mayor. That seems to make sense. Wouldn't you party if you were a mayor? And it turns out that was horribly illegal. You're not supposed to have giant raves with prostitutes at the Manoogian mansion. That's a bad thing. But Trump pardoned him. Funniest thing a president's done.
I can't even wrap my brain around that. And I remember that when that happened. I'm like, what? Huh? He did? Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Well, he just found the guy who's the worst. Sorry.
I know. And let me let him go. Dave Landau, what would your porno name be?
Tommy Deepwood.
Ooh. All right. That come from anything in particular?
Middle name? My middle name is Deepwood. Yeah.
And the is that your middle name and like a street you grew up on or something like that?
Yeah, it's your middle name and a street you grew up on. So
my God.
Yeah, it was Tommy Lennon was originally it, but I prefer Tommy Deepwood, and I prefer that was a good one to land on. That was a good one to land on. And
that's a nice one.
Yeah, Tommy Deeplands was my buddy. That was pretty good. It could also be the name of your first pet, so it could be Tommy Fuzzwalker.
I had heard pet, and then well, it's Pride Month. You should.
Yeah, of course.
Why wouldn't you train a gerbil?
Yeah, if it's not Richard Gere this is his month. Actually, I think March is Gerbil Pride Month.
Is it? Well, it's going to be. It might. We celebrate everything else.
Well, yeah.
This is the
heterosexual sex.
No, not that. That's we're given. That's St. Patrick's Day.
That's taboo. Yeah, that's it.
And it's drunk heterosexual sex. That's it.
Yeah, it's called. It's the kind of Irish sex that is known as consensual, but isn't.
Last question. I can't believe that the priest did blank at Mass on Sunday.
Oh boy, there's so many things that just popped in my mind. I was going to say 11 circumcisions.
I know I can ask these questions to you, and I'm going to get a response that nobody else would possibly come up with. Which is leading me to my next question here about your show, Normal World, because you assembled an incredible cast of writers for this thing, including Quarter Black Garrett. And I want to find out, how did you end up meeting him, and what's his background?
QB was a sound guy on the Louder with Crowder show, and he did a lot of editing and time he was working for a show called Nerdrotic, which he's still part with which a friend of mine, Gary, runs. Really great show. People should check it out. They do Friday Night Tights. And he was somebody who I just clicked with because we dig movies. We have similar politics, and we just sort of enjoyed like doing the camera work where certain stuff would be happening and I just make a face at the camera and he'd just cut to it. And we just had a certain vibe where we always got along. Like he's a guy who's just very chill, and so am I. So we connected very easily on it. And he left the show. He left the show maybe 6, 7 or 8 months ago. I guess it was longer ago than that. I guess it was probably like a year and a half ago now. But he left and was kind of just doing the Nerdrotic thing, which he is still doing. But I really wanted somebody who was also, like a little bit different than just your standard news anchor broadcaster, somebody who enjoys sketch, somebody who enjoys films, nerdom. You can talk about movies, but you can also talk politics, whatever it is. And yeah, we just get along very, very well. So he was like the main guy, and they suggested him as well. And because we were already working together on the sketch show and working with, my buddy Ken, we're working with my friend Bryce, Angela, like this group of people. Matt McClowery's writing it. They all just clicked. So meeting him there was a blessing, but I never thought I'd ever work with him again. And then we just all of a sudden started making sketches.
But your sketches come out fantastic, and I mean
Thanks,
his
man.
stuff, his part in all these sketches that I've seen is just hysterical. He just does a killer job with it.
Dude, he's willing to do whatever, and that's the thing that I like, because we're not trying to do whatever in the sense of like, oh, let's mock gays and do this, or let's just, well, some of it. But I mean, it's like, look, but no, we honestly like it's not about humiliation, which is a lot of the stuff on the right, where it's like, look, we're going to be provocateurs, whether it's the right or the left, and you're going at people. I kind of get tired of that. So what I like is this is actually us playing the sketches and doing what is bothering us in our society right now.
Well, and funny's funny. I mean,
Yes.
again, rage on the far right or far left. If it's not funny, it's just not funny. It's like you just sound like just an angry person that I'm like, okay, listen, I can turn on any channel anywhere and hear that. So it's refreshing to see just a cool take on this stuff. You're still getting your point across, like you did with the new sketch that you did right there.
Yeah.
And I want to play this other sketch here too. This was from the show. This is the pilot for Normal World. Correct?
The pilot, yeah. The pilot was. Sorry, it's not you. I was up all day writing.
You're up late. You're working crazy.
No, we got
schedule.
up early. We were doing a bunch of sketches today, which one we just put out. I don't know if you see it, but it's the me abusing all of my coworkers. That one just got put onto Twitter and YouTube and stuff. So that's a
I
pretty
got to see
fun
that
one if you check it out. Yeah. The pilot, was a full-on sketch show. And now the new show we're going to have is like a late night vibe. We're going to have bands. We're going to have guests. We're going to have sketches. We're going to really try to kind of reinvent what late night can be.
Well, and make it fun and not stupid like what it is now, because late night TV in its current incarnation is just complete is trash. This sketch 100%. Here, Sean, go ahead and play this one. This one is absolutely hysterical. This was from the Normal World pilot. Sean, go ahead and pull this one up here. This is so incredibly wrong.
I identify as a man, but my pussy, that's a different story. When I'm on my menses, yikes, I've had to throw away furniture.
Nice. I see you're on one of those tough menstruations.
You know it, girlfriend. It's only 9 a.m., and I've already had to change my pants twice.
You need to try Manpac's Pearl Harbors. They'll sop up that canal in no time.
Manpac's Pearl Harbors? But are they safe and easy to use?
One of those things. Just use the smooth applicator to shove it up there. Or down your dick hole against God's will.
Wow! Thanks, Manpac's Pearl Harbors. You're the bomb.
Is it safe and easy to use? It's one of those.
It's one of those things. It's one of my favorite
entire
lines
pilot
ever.
Oh my God, that was so damn funny. The entire pilot is available on YouTube. Go to Dave Landau's channel and check it out. It's about, is it a half hour long? Is that how long the pilot was?
Yeah, that one's about half hour fully. Yeah, yeah. No commercial breaks, and it's just like
What some?
five
Yeah,
different sketches. The last sketch is
killer
real long.
sketches.
Yeah, demon molesters. That one, the Blaze wasn't as crazy about, but the rest of them they enjoyed. The one about loving a demon back to hell is which is so long. We turned it into a short film called "Don't Hit Send," and there's actually videos where like there's like teenagers watching and being like, "Oh damn!" Like watching like it like doing watching reviews. It's so exciting to see because it's a horrifically offensive but also hilarious thing that, and I think young people are into that. I always was, so I think it's cool that the people that are watching it are younger, and I think a lot of these people that are in their early teens kind of they were like me when I was in my early teens. They're trying to find that rebellious thing, and I think it's
Right.
starting to go back to that a little bit, and that's a really cool thing for me to watch when you have fans that are even like that age or like in high school, whatever, middle school, when you're getting into what you think is art and comedy and music, and like you find something like that. It's cool to see, like, you know, like this one was like this 14-year-old black kid just dying laughing, and it's one of my favorite things to see because he's reviewing it like it's a horror movie, and then he's like, wait, what did he just say? And it's like, you know, we got to knock all its teeth out with a mouth spreader, and you know, try to figure out how we're all gonna fit in there so we can love it back to hell, you know. So it's
The
like
sketch
it
is
just
so
twists.
wrong. And I mean,
Thank you.
yeah, the left turns are just, I remember when you had sent me that link and you go, hey, don't listen, this isn't out yet. Don't share it with anybody. And I'm like, this is so wrong and
Yes.
so damn funny. So yeah, people need to go on your channel, YouTube channel, and type in Normal World and watch the pilot. The last sketch in there is absolutely is absolutely brilliant. What would be, let me ask you this. What would be, and before we go any further, by the way, Sean, pull this up at the bottom. Normal World comes out on June 20th. If you are going to
Yes.
subscribe to BlazeTV, you can go on the app, you can go on the website, type in the promo code NORMAL20. You save 20%. I subscribed to BlazeTV just the other day, typed in that promo code, boom, knocked 20% off, and you get access to all the shows on there. You get everything. You get Glenn Beck, you get Chad Prather, you get all the stuff, Jason Whitlock, The Rubin Report, Normal World, all those shows on there. And there's so many more that I'm not even mentioning. And I apologize for not getting to everybody on there, but there's so much content on there and so much good content, which you just don't get a chance to see everywhere. So go on Blaze TV, Normal World, type in the promo code NORMAL20. One thing I did notice too is, like you were talking about, the younger people that come out to your shows and get what you do and love what you've done is so cool, because I've had the pleasure of working with you on several shows and seeing some of these young people come out to the show. When you see them in the crowd at first, you know, we're so conditioned from, you know, years past. You see like a 21, 22-year-old in the crowd, you're like, oh, fuck, this one's got something to complain about. Here's some other woke piece of garbage that's going to, you know, squawk about us, you know, after the show. And they're not.
100%.
So it's so refreshing to see these young people that have the attitudes about comedy that we have.
Yeah, I think there's just such a polarization now where, like, even when I was a kid like that, I was popular in high school, but I was kind of like the nerdy kid in middle school. My brother was an athlete, and I was always into, like, Kids in the Hall and music, and that was my thing. Like, I liked really weird avant-garde stuff, and I think that was odd now, where now everything's almost switched, where you have this whole woke agenda being pushed on people, but you have this massive amount of young people that don't care about that, because it's not a real agenda. It only benefits a few people. It's all kind of just bullshit to divide us. So you have people that are kind of looking for the rebellion. And right now, the right is what is way more rebellious. I mean, that's just the reality, because you have people like me who 20 years ago would have been considered a staunch liberal, and now, you know, people think that I walk around with a fucking swastika on me because I'm just not going to bend down to what everybody else believes.
Right. No, and that
And the
makes complete
swastika
sense.
I had removed.
You did. Well, I remember you did that in Louisville when we were there. I mean, I was trying to find. Remember, you and I went to the hardware store and we found some paint swatches that matched your skin,
Yes.
and I tried to color it as best I could. I mean, I didn't
You
do
did a
that
good
great of a
job.
job. It's tough.
I tell everybody it's a closed window.
Of course. Do you need to run?
You make your swastika into like a closed window with like a little sun and everything's blue. You're like, what was that before? Why is your window sideways?
Is that really
It's a window.
hate because there's a bird there?
Yeah, there's not hate if there's a bird there. It just
There's
means you're
no-
looking
there
forward
no-
to a sunny day.
Do you need to? You mentioned the demon sketch that's on Normal World, and you said BlazeTV wasn't super thrilled about that. Do you need to run anything that you consider controversial past them? I mean, do you have to
No.
sit down with somebody and go, "Hey guys, here we go. What do you think?"
It was funny, like they liked it and thought it was funny, but they were like, I don't think this one's for us. But
Right.
if we do sit down, it's for a good reason, because there's a certain direction things need to go, and it is a network, and it's not like you have to do this, you have to bring this up, but they have certain suggestions, and the ones that they've made are great. Like it really helped us. It helped us write the news anchor sketch. It helped us make the video that just came out of me today of me just, physically and verbally attacking every employee in the building. We did a small video of it where a guy's having he's got balloons up at his desk, and I'm like, oh, what's this? And he's like, oh, it's my birthday. I go, oh, happy birthday. And then I just pop the balloon and I'm like, I got you a present. I left it in the handicap stall, and I just walk away. And that's just fun because it's like this abusive boss shot in like an office kind of style. And it was fun, man. Like you kind of look at these quick things and you go, okay, there's a reason why a 30-second sketch exists to promote, or a 1 minute. Then there's also a reason why there's a 4-minute Drugtopia sketch that's completely mocking HBO and other television shows. So you kind of see what thing fits where it needs to fit to make it interesting to the audience. Because really keeping the audience is the most important thing. And there's so many different ways to do it. I mean, you can never please everybody with everything, but throwing all this stuff against the wall and letting a room full of creative people just let it out, you come up with so much fun stuff.
Now, was there stuff when you were on Compound Media with Anthony Cumia?
Yeah.
Was there ever any discussion of doing sketch stuff, or was that just never even on the table?
We had discussed it, but we ended up doing like the movie reviews. So that's what because Anthony and I both love movies, and he had a theater at his house, so we just sat there and we would watch movies, and that was that kind of what we ended up doing. There was some talk on occasion, but Anthony's definitely somebody who I want to bring on the show and have him in sketch, because he's somebody who's just like a master at voices. And I mean, it was always out there, but everybody pitches the same thing. They go, it's a right-wing SNL. Nobody wants that. And there's a way to do it, though, where it can be a little bit of that, a little bit of podcast, a little bit of bands. There's a lot of stuff that we can do to really, I don't know, we're kind of trying to reinvent late night. Like you look at the old Conans, you look at the old, different shows where it's like, let's put some irreverence back in it. Let's not, if you're offended, it's not because we're trying to offend you. It's because you've chosen to be. And we just want to put something out that's entertaining.
Well, and Conan, when he first came on, was viewed as, I remember when the show first came out, and people were kind of like, "The hell's this?"
Yeah,
remember that?
It was not a hit for a while.
Only because he was trying to change the attitude and the feel of late night television, and then once people started to kind of he found his tribe, and then people started to kind of get on board, and they were like, "Okay, yeah, this is cool."
Yes. And that's that's what we want to do, is we're kind of doing a thing where you have a monologue, you have stuff you're making fun of, you have topics you're talking about, you have sketches, you have everything, and we're packing it into like an hour-long show, and we're doing it at night when people are going home, there's nothing to watch. We want to just give you something funny to laugh at before you go to bed, and I think that's that's really all late night ever was. Like, you watched Johnny Carson until you fell asleep, and then it played the national anthem, and you went to bed. And
Right.
there's stuff you can take from Carson, Conan, Letterman, over the years that they did so well, and Howard Stern too. And you look at these, and he wasn't late night, but I mean, he was part of that. But you look at what they were able to accomplish, and really the number one goal that I ever learned was make other people look good, and that was what Johnny Carson did. And then Letterman was just be goofy and kind of snarky, and then everybody had, and Conan was just. I would watch that religiously, and then they would play it on Comedy Central the next day in the early 2000s, and I would just be in tears because it's like you have the masturbating. The funny vomiting Kermit was a reoccurring character. And then my favorite thing ever done on late night was he's going through all the new channels of this cable station, this new cable provider. And one of them is just the Lincoln Money Shot channel. And it's just Lincoln having an orgasm in like the back of a limo. And then like on the side of the street, it was just like 8 different Lincoln Money Shot shots. And it was so perfect because it's like there's no reason this should have gotten on, but it was done so well. Like, I love when you're able to pull off something so like irreverent and gross and weird and make it just classic.
Well, and you find the people that like that, and the ones that are going to come out and see your shows, that are going to see you, they're like, listen, this guy's hilarious. We want to come and see his live performances, and I want to go ahead and pull up these dates here because these are shows that I've got coming up with you here. July 21st and 22nd, we'll be at the Funny Bone in Columbus, Ohio. And then we're going to be, yes, sir. And then we've got the Comedy Castle in Royal Oak coming up August 3, 4, and 5. And then, let's see, we got what's the next one here? Sean, pull that one up. That is going to be us in Lexington Village Theater, Lexington, Michigan, October the 6th. And then in Bay City over at the State Theater on Saturday, October 7th, myself and Dave Landau. Go to davelandau.com for all the tour dates. Also, my website, too, DerekRichards.com, has the schedules on there as well. And again, go to BlazeTV, BlazeTV.com, BlazeTV app, type in promo code NORMAL20 and save 20%. That's a hell of a deal. All right? You get all the content on Blaze TV. Yes, exactly. And you get the brand new show, Normal World, which is going to be coming out here. Now, what days of the week? What's the format of the not format, but I mean the times of the show? When's it going to be coming out? How does this work?
Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. It airs at 10 p.m. Eastern, and it will tape at 6, and then it'd be live to tape and put that out later in the night. And also, we'll have like a sketch. Hopefully, what we're working on is like a sketch special throughout the month where people will get just that. It'll go up against SNL, and so it'll be basically a late night show 3 days a week. And then you'll also get a lot of stuff behind the scenes, like Q&As with me and Garrett, extended interviews with guests, cock rings. There's a lot of stuff we just mail out, mostly used gently.
You should gently use cock rings.
Very gently used.
That's a okay. I'm just putting this down on my.
There's all kinds.
Put it in my Amazon cart. Put it on my Amazon cart.
Whenever
I'm trying to find gently used cock rings on my Amazon cart, and Amazon doesn't have that. That's the one thing Amazon does not have. However, you can get it on Normal World.
You can.
They're Nazis.
Yeah. Do you remember we were in Vegas and that place had all the Nazi paraphernalia? It was like an old pawn shop, and it was like earrings from the Third Reich.
It was they also had that. That place isn't even there anymore. That's where you bought that Henry Hill autographed.
Yeah, I got Henry Hill
brochure from the Tampa Zoo. It was this macabre, just creepy ass store, and it had like paraphernalia from like letters from these like Son of Sam in prison, and all these. It was that crazy shit, and just like skulls. And
it was all authenticated. Yeah, and they had Henry Hill from when he held a guy or maybe they did feed him to lions. I don't know, but like I forget the story. But they either held him above a lion's cage to get him to pay back, or they fed him to lions. I can't remember which one, but
From
it was
Goodfellas,
signed, from Goodfellas, and it was signed by the
Yeah.
gangster who Ray Liotta played, which was Henry Hill. And I was like, I gotta buy that. Like, I know he's a narc, but that's the coolest thing ever. And
That was
yeah,
so
dude,
funny.
that was. But yeah, they had serial killer. They had Jeffrey Dahmer writings. They had all this stuff that was authenticated. It was the weirdest store, and it sucks. It's gone. I mean, I guess it's not a
So
lot of people
bizarre.
going in there like, what can I hang in my baby's room? But it's like it's a little. It was a cool store because you just don't see that shit.
No, I mean, in Vegas, you would think it would make it there. I mean, outside of Vegas, we're going to put that store Transylvania, I guess.
Yeah, there's no other place where somebody's going to be interested unless they've been like, I just saw 6 dead hookers and so many fentanyl ODs that this seems comforting.
What would be your favorite sketch to do that resembles one of your bits or personal experiences in your act that you do? Because you have so many twisted, funny stories. Anybody that has seen you, again, go online, go to get Dave's special at Prison 10, and your stories are so well crafted and so twisted and so wrong. And I could completely see one of these things, or several for that matter, being sketches that you would incorporate into this show.
It is animated that you're in, and it would probably be the cat one where I take my son to the pet store so he can learn about death, and he's 4, and he decides he wants a cat, not a goldfish. And I'm like, well, he completely just clogged up our toilet. And just the idea of just like sawing and hacking the cat apart to be like, see, not all creatures last forever, and just trying to flush it down your toilet, I think would be a really good sketch, like based on truth. And then I have like a book I wrote, and there's a few things in there that even me passing out at a toga and a Burger King crown waiting for a stop sign to turn green, like because I decided to snort ketamine off a road map when it's in 99, and apparently they treat it for depression now. I guess I was way ahead of my time because I could have told you that then. But I passed out in the car.
Ketamine is now being
they use it.
There's a place down the street here in Vegas called Desert Ketamine.
Yeah, they'll give it to you now. Before you had to go to Mexico. You had to tell them your cat had a bum leg, and then you had to hair dry it on a mirror, chop it up, and snort it with your friends. I shouldn't say you had to, but was the process.
I remember blowing this guy like, Hector.
But like, think about that, though. Drugs from then till now, it's like it was so much safer to go get drugs in Tijuana than it is to just buy cocaine now. I mean, I don't know if it was safer physically, but the drug was actually what the drug was. You were purchasing the proper drug.
The procedure itself was a little sketch.
Well, yeah, because if you ever go to Tijuana,
was worth it.
Yeah, like Tijuana was just like anytime you went in there from LA, you're like, oh well, there's a good chance that we're going to be robbed by the police. And then other than that, you're pretty much fine all day. And then you just go back and hope you don't see a donkey show.
Yeah, or you're like, wow, there's 5 of us going down. There's a good chance that 3 of us are coming back.
Yeah, you realize that. There's like a guy who recently, bless him, he went down there and he was trying to deliver gifts to poor people, and they murdered him. And it's like, yeah, why do you think like everybody's good? You're like, oh, I'm going to give Christmas presents to poor children in the worst neighborhoods of Tijuana. And it's like, this is odd that I'm being stabbed to death and my whole truck is being robbed.
I ever talk to any of those
doing
people,
a
though?
good deed.
Do you ever talk to those people, though? They literally will say, like, well, I think the good Lord's watching over me. No, he's not.
That's the part of that I find funny.
Jesus can't protect you from Jesus. That's the difference.
Yeah. The only Jesus you're going to meet is the one that's going to stab you in the neck with with brass knuckles that have a switchblade on them. Yeah, there's not a lot of You might see a half cutout bathtub with a Mary in it before the blood fills your eyes. it's absurd. And it's like, I understand that you think that, and it's great. Like, but I don't think God's like, look, you don't have to go to Tijuana and hand out gifts. You're doing fine. Just keep being a good person. You don't have to go into a neighborhood that makes, Compton look like Mayberry.
Well, if you want to commit, just go to El Paso. You can find plenty of poor people there.
Just put a ladder on a fence and you're doing a good service.
I want to play this one final sketch from the show. Normal World. Sean, go ahead and cue this one up. This one came out a couple weeks ago. I'm going to go ahead and play this one here. This will be the final sketch. Check this out.
There you go.
Oh, God.
Sir, you can be Cam and I'll be Bobby.
I can't be Cam. I don't relate to him on a personal level.
Well, we could pretend they're mom and dad.
They don't even look like mom and dad.
Yeah, bad idea.
Guess what, kids?
Who's there?
Oh, no. Are you the bad man that beheaded our cat?
No, silly. I'm here to tell you all about the new line of Cam and Bobby dolls that look and act just like your parents.
Our parents?
That's right, all parents.
I can't see!
It's the new CPAP Cam, the first fashion doll with sleep apnea. We've been working with the National CPAP Alliance to make sure we are accurately representing a person who is suffocated periodically throughout the night. CPAP Cam comes with a loud snoring stomach button that gives him realistic episodes where he stops breathing and gasps for air. That's why he's accompanied by has to wake up at 8 o'clock for work Bobby to remind CPAP Cam to always wear his mask.
You're snoring again.
This new Bobby comes with an iffy Xanax prescription, bags under her eyes, and all the mood swings you can handle. Ready at any minute to dress down CPAP Cam in front of his friends and family.
Just like our mom. Are you finally gonna grow a pair and ask your boss for a raise?
Well, I don't have to, thanks to your stupid Etsy jewelry business.
Every morning, I hope you don't wake up.
Join the club.
Hey guys,
Hey,
can I
Peter.
play?
Sure, we're playing Mom and Dad with new Mom and Dad Cam and Bobby.
But I don't know how to play Mom and Dad. My parents sold at a truck stop.
Oh well, guess you can't play then.
Santa knows everything now.
New Mom and Dad Cam and Bobby. We're inclusive now.
That's just a low beat in the car.
That scene in the truck the truck stop was just, I was watching that video and I'm like, this is hilarious. And the left turn on that with your parents being dead and fentanyl everything.
Yeah, it's just this horrible nightmare of just dead parents in his car. It's fantastic.
Oh my God, so well done, so well put together. Normal World coming out on Blaze TV June 20th. Go and subscribe. Type in the promo code NORMAL20. Go on the Blaze TV app. Go on blazetv.com. And there's the website there that says subscribe to normalworld.com. I'm assuming that just reroutes you to this platform?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Promo code NORMAL20. Save 20% on it.
Yeah, like the Normal World YouTube will have sketches that we'll put up. We're definitely going to hand stuff out for, give people some free stuff. But the bulk of the show and the main stuff will be on the Blaze.
No, definitely. Blaze TV, killer app, killer platform, and excited for you in the show and for Quarter Black and everybody else that's involved with it. It's going to be super, super cool, man. This is going to be great. June 20th is when it comes out. Well. I am excited. Looking forward to getting down there and hanging out with you. Normal World coming out on Blaze TV. June 20th. Go ahead and subscribe right now. and get your hands on it. Dave Landau, always a pleasure talking to you, my friend. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
All right,
man.
buddy. Absolutely, brother. Dave Landau, part of Normal World here on BlazeTV, coming out on June 20th. And again, as you're out there on the internet looking for stuff, make sure you grab a copy of, before I do that, openbarcomedy.com platform. Go on there and grab Melting Snowflakes, which is my special. And then you can also go online and grab Whiskey, Cancer, and Bad Decisions, my book, talking about me going through cancer as a comedian. There you go. Hard copy, Audible, Kindle. It's all right there. And again, Normal World, BlazeTV, June 20th. Get online, get yourself a subscription, and you won't regret it. It's going to be a fantastic show. Thank you so much for being here. Sean, thank you so much for the brand new set. It looks spectacular, my friend. I will see you in Sarasota, Florida, McCurdy's Comedy Theater, June 14th through the 18th. Thanks so much for being here. Talk to you soon. See you. Bye.
Thanks for listening to A Drink with Derek. Find out when Derek is appearing near you by checking out DerekRichards.com. See you next time for A Drink with Derek.